So today we have a very unique 1-minute binary option strategy where in this particular session, I was able to capitalize over $2,700 in a matter of 15 minutes. And as we do with all of our videos, I'm gonna share with you my live trading footage. We're gonna do a breakdown of our trade entries and of course, review the results. Now I say it's unique because this is gonna be unlike the typical content that you normally see online in regards to binary option trading. However, the concepts that we're gonna be going over in today's video will greatly improve your trading and your overall profitability. So if that sounds good to you and you gain value from today's video, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, reach out anytime. You can access all of my contact information down below in the video description. Make sure that you watch this video to the end, that way you miss out on any important details. And of course, after you watch our video, make sure that you check out our trading resources down below in the video description. But without further ado, let's hop into the charts and proceed with today's video. Now, this session was done on the Pocket Options platform. Pocket Options is by far one of the most popular brokers in the industry for the fact that they've been around for many years, and it's one that I've been personally using for over 3 years. They provide a simple and easy to use interface for navigating and trading the binary option markets, easy functions for adjusting your expiration times, your dollar values, with higher and lower buttons for your buys and your sells. They have an extensive list of global pairs that you can trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in addition to cryptocurrencies, commodities, stocks, and indices, all of which provide competitive payouts for high profit returns. If you like using indicators, they have a great selection of various indicators that you can use and incorporate to your trading regardless of whatever strategy you're using. Free $50,000 demo accounts, which you could use anytime for backtesting and practicing various strategies and trading methods in a risk-free environment. And best of all, Pocket Option services are available for many countries around the globe. So whether you want to use Pocket Options for their free demo accounts or use them for your trading and start earning profits through the binary option markets, you can access all of their resources down below in the video description. The setup for this session was very basic. We're on the 30-second time frame. So if you come into this tab under time frames, click S30. This means every candlestick represents a 30-second time period of price data. So 30-second time frame, but we're targeting 1-minute expirations. Our trades are only going to run for 60 seconds. Now, we're not going to be using any strategies for this. No, scratch that. We're not going to be using any indicators for this strategy. We're always going to use a strategy when trading the binary markets, but not all strategies involve indicators. So because we're not using indicators, we have to pay attention to the markets. We have to pay attention to what we see in terms of structure, in terms of patterns, in terms of price action. Because remember, what we see here in the charts, right? All of this movement, all of these candlesticks, all of these peaks and valleys, these aren't just random movements in the markets. These are clues that the markets leave us so we can better guesstimate what price could potentially do next, depending on where it's reacting from. So we're gonna roll the footage of our live trading session. We're gonna break down the trades that we can better understand what it was I was looking at and why I had taken those positions. Then we'll review the results, go over some key elements that we all need to understand as binary traders. So let's take a look. First trade of the session was for GBP/JPY. As you can see, overall price for GBP/JPY was trading upwards. It had broken this previous level of resistance. However, I took a 1-minute sell because we had noticed a couple of things. We had a level of resistance from this previous lower high, but we also had a bit of an imbalance as a result of the creation of this bearish candle. And given the fact that price is attracted to tapping into areas of imbalances in combination of our resistance, I anticipated price to reject this region, which is why we entered for a sell. And as you can see, this was a beautiful entry for 60 seconds. Next trade, price had continued upwards, broken through previous level of resistances, but then tapped into a new level of resistance from a higher time frame. And given the fact that we are trading off of a 30-second time frame, I knew we were going to see some sort of struggle where price was either going to struggle before breaking through this level or eventually fail to break through. As a result, we entered for another profitable 1-minute sell. Third trade, again for GBP/JPY. As we went over from our previous trade, price tapped into this level of resistance. We had a bit of price accumulation in this region, but as anticipated, it failed to break through that resistance and came back down to new lower levels, testing what was a previous level of support that was also resistance and support in this region. So because we had a nice wick rejection at this key level, we entered for a 1-minute buy. Fourth trade was for USD/JPY. This was the first and only time we traded this currency pair. And you can see that overall price is trending upward. We are in a buyer's market. So generally speaking, we would assume if we're in a buyer's market, we're looking for buy trades. If you're in a seller's market, you're looking for sell trades. However, we took a sell position because of what price was doing in this region. Now, you can't really see the whole picture given the fact, sometimes the broker charts could be a bit obscure. But if we pull up the screenshot of my trading view chart at the time of placing this trade, we had a W pattern. Price had broken through the neckline, what was a previous resistance, now served as support. We had some accumulation. and then the impulse move to the upside. What caught my attention was this area of liquidity to the left, which aligned with this previous level of support. And if we were to stretch this across, this lined up perfectly with this wick rejection that alerted us that this was most likely a form of resistance. So because of that structure, we entered for a 1 minute sell. Last trade was for Euro USD, first and only time that we traded Euro USD during the session. And you can see that we have a lot of bearish activity here, lower highs and lower lows, but we entered for a buy because although price was trending upward, we had a break of trend and we also had a break of structure in these regions. So as price continued downwards, it tested a previous level of support that we had identified during this uptrend. So I anticipated a bounce, which is why we entered for a 1 minute buy. Unfortunately, this trade closed in a tie. We didn't lose any money, but we didn't win any money either. If we were in this trade for just a second longer, this would have closed in profit, but nevertheless, we didn't lose anything from that trade. So as you can see, folks, we had 4 winning trades in a row, which resulted in a 7% profit growth for our total capital. So after that tie trade, I decided to stop trading for the fact that not only did we surpass our daily profit target, but I didn't want to expose myself to further risk and potentially damaging the profits that we just made. This is why it's so important you set for yourself a properly structured trading plan, because it's very easy to get into the rush of winning trades and you start to place more trades because you're in a winning streak. And next thing you know, you're damaging the profits or you've blown out all the profits that you've just accumulated. Understand when to stop, regardless if you're winning or losing. Now, if we come here to my profile, come under trading history. Under trading history, we are under my real account, so we can see a better reading of the data for the trades that we were taking during this session. Total of 5 trades were taken, no losses. So as a result, we had a 100% profitability for the session, allowing me to walk away with over $2,700 in profit. An exciting aspect about this session, putting aside the fact that we didn't use any indicators, this session, based off of the timestamps of when these trades were taken, first trade position at 10:30, last position at 10:46, this entire session only took 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, we were able to capitalize over $2,700 in profit. That is the beauty of binary option trading. We had 100% profitability for our GBP and USD JPY trades. We had no profitability for Euro USD because, of course, that was a trade that had closed in a tie. So why am I showing you this, folks? Why did I create this video in the first place? Well, it's just to better enlighten our viewers, to help you understand what's more important that you need to focus on when you're trading binary options. The problem that I see in this industry is that there's too much emphasis on indicators and strategies and not enough focus on the actual markets. Remember what I said a few moments ago. Everything that you see here on your charts, these aren't just random movements in the markets. These are clues that the markets are leaving us, so that way we can better anticipate what price could potentially do next for our buys and sell trades. And when you incorporate these concepts that we went over in today's video into your strategies, regardless if you're using Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, moving averages, stochastics, whatever, it doesn't matter. When you combine the concepts that we went over today with whatever strategy you're using, it's going to greatly improve your trading. You know, there's a lot of fluff out there in regards to various strategies, and yes, we have gone over various strategies here on our channel as well, but one of the most common things that I say in a majority of my videos is to combine whatever strategy you're using with other levels of confluences that you see in the markets, right? Never just rely on the indicators alone for placing your trades. This is why there's so many people that, while yes, there are many that will try a different strategy and it works out for them, but there's so many others that will try different strategies and it doesn't work for them. And then they say that the strategy doesn't work, and they say that binary options is a scam or that trading is a scam. No, the problem is that you're focusing on the indicator instead of paying attention to what markets are telling you. This is why it's so important to take the time to learn how to trade. And FYI, learning how to trade does not mean learning different strategies and slapping indicators on your chart. It's much more than that. And this is exactly what I teach in my mentorship. So for those of you who really want to trade the binary markets and really want to become profitable and really want to take your trading seriously, take the time to learn how to trade. Find a mentor, find a group, find something. Doesn't matter if you join my mentorship or any other mentorship. Take the time to learn how to trade, and believe me, folks, it's going to take your trading to a whole new level where you'll start to see more consistency and profitability. All right, traders, that concludes our video for today. Again, if you have any questions, reach out anytime. Don't forget to check out our trading resources down below in the video description. I want to thank each and every single one of you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed it, gained some value. And of course, if you want to check out some of our other recent uploads, you can check out any of these videos. And I look forward to seeing you on the next time. Take care.